104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough.
How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's Wednesday, November the 8th of 2023. It's the whole gang, Roula, Ryan, Eric, Switch K, and Sam. And today's the day. Do you feel it in the air outside? Is it crisp, holiday, chilly shopping weather? Not exactly. But we're going to shop, baby!
Feels
Because it is the beginning of Nutcracker Market tonight. And then Friday, we're broadcasting live from NRG Center.
We gotta remember that.
When I know when we
gonna
open the
drive to
show,
work?
I better not drive to KRB. Yeah,
I know.
NRG.
Has that ever happened in all the years we've done this? Where somebody
know.
accidentally drove
like,
into
wait, where
the
are we going?
studios.
Yeah, where are we going? Oh, no.
We don't take the show out very much.
We really
No.
don't.
I think on Nutcracker and Bahamas.
That's pretty much it.
Pretty much it.
Pretty
yeah.
different.
I don't think we've ever
Well, grab your
broadcast
Uggs.
very
It's
well.
going
I know,
to be 88 today.
Were we out in Katy or somewhere?
Oh, yeah, La
Yeah,
Centera.
La Centera, but remember we couldn't hear anything, but we could hear the birds.
Oh, yeah, the birds.
We were right underneath the bird's
So
nest.
that was weird. We
our headphones
took our
wouldn't work.
show on the road to Katy, and we could not hear one thing in our headphones. And that's basically like just talking into a vacuum. Like you can't hear each other. I mean, you could hear each other, but it's very odd. Here in radio, you have to have headphones on so you can hear everything that's happening because the room goes silent. And when we were out there, we could not connect to
Couldn't take
back
callers.
to the mothership.
And what we hear through these headphones, what you guys hear through the speakers. So, like yesterday, Ahmad, remember, he's like, yeah, no headphones. He's like,
Yeah.
What was he?
we're like, hello.
Oh, I forgot I need to
You're
tell
hitting the
George
mic.
that. Thank you.
Yeah, so we got to make
Because
sure.
it wasn't working or something?
Yeah, the
Jack.
Headphone jack.
headphone jack. Thank you. Sorry, I'm still sleepy. The headphone jack is not working. Brian's wasn't working, and I told George that both of them weren't working. But Ryan, you got yours fixed.
Yes. Oh,
But
well, that's nice.
the guest mic did not. So thank you.
George.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
No.
I'll send him an email right now.
right now.
We're not-
What, 6 o'clock in the morning? He's like, hell
We're
no.
not live on air.
Sleeping.
I know
Because
it's
if you don't, you'll forget. And then 4 hours
Exactly,
later,
that's
you're
why
like,
I
what did we
like
talk
it.
about at 6?
I don't need to talk.
Did you get that story I just gave you, Rula, about Revenge? Because we just finished Revenge, and there's a person that broke up with a boyfriend, or did she get dumped?
She claims she was gifted handwritten instructions on how to make pizza dough by her former partner's mom years ago.
Okay.
All right. She got revenge on him after he cheated by plastering said secret recipes all over the internet.
That kind of sucks because it's really not the mom's fault.
Oh,
Just
right.
Her son's the
She's
bud.
collateral damage in her revenge.
Oh, no,
To
that
him.
ain't right at all.
She said that when they broke up, he requested for her to return the recipes from his deceased mother.
Oh.
Well, she said
Whoa.
his cheating made it hard for her to trust people, and she admitted her hurt made her want to keep the, quote, delicious pizzas out of any new girlfriend's hands.
Yeah, but think about it now. So many more people can sample mom's delicious work
She
after
said
she's
that
passed.
In retaliation, she started giving out the secret instructions to thousands of people, and some people slammed her for weaponizing the recipes. Others branded it oddly cruel to keep the recipes of his
I think I want to try and make it and see if it's any good.
She said sharing the recipes and getting feedback on this has since helped her come to terms with the idea of parting with the recipe. She says, as petty as it sounds, there's so much more to it than just the recipe. When I heard about him wanting them back, it was like taking a scalpel and opening up a scar. It really hurt so badly again. He broke my trust.
And the
She's from
mom,
Rockford, Illinois. The Rockford Peaches.
yeah. And the mom must have really liked her to spend
Well,
the time and
he
give her
gave
gave
the
it to-
recipes to her.
Oh, then the mom would be mad. I'd be like, "What do you just give it to some
Just
floozy?"
give it to some girl you're with.
Floozy.
Some floozy.
That's how the mom would think. That's the recipes.
You know, that's
Well,
the
hold on a
worst
second.
part,
Actually,
though.
no, wait. How did this happen? They don't say how long they knew each other. In the beginning of the story, her name is Jen Lay, Rockford, Illinois. She said she was gifted the handwritten instructions on how to make pizza dough by her former partner's mom years ago, long before she ever dated him.
Because you said that the mom taught her at the beginning of that story.
Yeah, sorry.
Could have been high school, like they went to the same school. Maybe they were neighbors. And the mom liked her more. Do
Yeah.
you guys have any recipes like that? Like
Yes.
stand of the
yes.
village?
Just,
Remla sauce.
just like for Thanksgiving, my mom has passed down. It's actually my grandmother's recipe for like the stuffing, a few dips, maybe some cookies. but they're like my Grammy, who would now be like 100 years old if she were alive. So that's about it. Just like 3-4 recipes. What about you guys?
My mom's chicken and dumplings is sought after by every member of my family, and I'm probably the only one who can recreate it. And that and her macaroni and
because
cheese.
she taught
tasted it,
you,
or
or because you're just good at recreating it?
She taught me one time when I was pretty young, but now I have the original index card it was on, and of course it's all brown and tattered.
Yeah. That's how it
and
should be, young
old-looking.
man.
But
That's
you
how you
didn't
know
share
it's
it?
legit.
And I've shared it with my family, but they just, I don't know, they don't know how to make that home
Technique.
cooking
Do you
meal.
copy it down in notes on your phone or something?
Oh yeah, I have pictures of it,
That's
and
good.
then we scanned it in as well.
Nice.
And then there's also a macaroni and cheese where she would, she'd cook the cheese down in the pan with a roux of flour.
Oh, yeah,
you
that
know,
roux.
and oh my god.
I never understood the whole concept of keeping recipes secret, though. If I stumble upon something that's really good and I actually came up with it myself, I want to share it.
Well,
If
I
you do
mean,
potlucks and stuff, you want to be the...
But also, you have never had a recipe stolen from you then,
Right.
because imagine
Not
if
stolen.
what if you gave me the recipe of something that you love to make, I made it and I brought it here, and in your taste, I did not tell enough people, this is Ryan's so-and-so recipe. I just took the credit for this souffle or whatever the heck it is, and everyone's like, oh my God, Roula's ambrosia salad's amazing, and you're just sitting there like steaming in the corner like, that's my salad.
And what if you start making money
point.
off of it?
As long as
Yeah.
well, now if she took if
restaurants?
Roula took my recipe, went around and turned over and
I opened a
made
cafe.
$1 million with it, then yeah, I'd say I want a little
Like
piece
what
of
restaurant
that.
started the, which I'm not always a big fan of, steaks. And they have that plate that is so hot. Now, be careful. And
Steak and ale? I don't know.
sizzling plate.
yeah, but with the plate sizzling and then the steak is cooking. Like Steak 48 started doing that. I know it's like Fleming.
Why is the
But you
plate
months
can't
later
do
start
that
doing it.
anymore because here's the thing: when
I
you
feel
have
like
a
it
sizzling plate, it
cooks your
still
steak.
cooks the steak.
Yeah.
So you got to undercook the steak from what the guest wants, so that on the walkout with the steaming steak, it's just to the perfect point.
Are they doing it to impress us or something?
It was
it
usually
started with
it's usually
fajitas,
the
I think.
sizzle factor. Haven't you ever heard of it's all at the sizzle, not the steak?
like Ryan said, like fajitas.
If you were
I
in
get
a
it, but-
restaurant
no.
and you saw a sizzling plate come out with smoking, it smells great. It was like, wow, look at that.
Because you get the vibe that it just
but
came
you never
off
tasted the
the
steak.
But I hate
just came
that.
off the grill.
Don't touch the plate. Well, how the hell am I supposed to eat it? My little kid's right here. He's going to touch the plate.
Well,
Yeah.
with your fork and knife.
And it
Yeah, but
happens with
you're
fajitas,
still going
too.
to touch something.
Yeah, yeah.
And what do they put it down? It's too close to you. Can't move it. You use your napkin. Just pain in the ass. Get rid of that heated plate thing, gimmick.
Yeah,
How do
there's-
they get the plate so hot? Do they just microwave it?
No, are you crazy?
Oh, but it's
you
in
just
the
metal.
oven.
You got to put it on an open flame.
But I've
and it
had
sits
hot
there.
ceramic
Do they
plates
put the plates,
before.
the ceramic plates?
When
Like that?
when I was
Plate
a
warmer.
kid and we had metal sizzling steak plates, it was legit on the open flame of a gas burner. You take it off, throw the meat on there, take it out, it's sizzling.
That was like the-
For the ceramic plates, like if you're going to
Ceramic
have
is-
like stuffed snapper fillet or something at the restaurant, all of the plates are under the heat. They're all stored under the heat. The salad plates are in the fridge. All the entree plates are under a hot
We had
element.
when I worked at the country club, we had a plate warmer that was the size of a refrigerator, and it had plates from bottom to top in there at a certain level. That's not going to cook your food anymore, but will still keep
Is it
it
Taste
warm.
of Texas that does it the opposite? For the salad bar, the plates are cold.
Oh
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Right.
Your salad plate should be
Okay.
cold.
Nobody
Your
knows it's
dinner
a
plate
hot
should
salad.
be warm.
But I mean,
Yeah.
but isn't it cold? Like
Yeah,
it's
they have a
cold.
cooler.
Yeah, it's
You open
cool.
the cooler to get the plate out.
And you're supposed to wear that glove.
And they do have a metal plate, but it's not
Oh,
sizzling.
supposed
They'll put
to.
that plate on the cow. I mean, they'll put the steak on the cow plate, the metal.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah,
Sam got one time, and we didn't get one. I go, that's weird. How come Sam's steak has a cow
yeah.
metal plate and
it's like
ours is a regular
I
plate?
used to eat at a place called Ponderosa. It was big in the.
That's a
80s,
steakhouse.
90s.
Is that like a steak pit?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ponderosa. It was big in the north, and they had those plates. It's like black around the edges, and no, what's in the middle?
Pewter?
Yeah, it's silver.
It's like a metal plate.
Metal? Is it
It's
metal?
just a metal plate, and then it has the black carrier that you put it on top
Ooh,
of.
I think we need to go back to. Are they up now? Christmas stuff.
Oh my gosh, yes. So Andy has to text us. She's our resident Taste of Texas contact.
We need to go check it out.
And she listens all the time. When does the Christmas decor start? If you want to get an amazing Christmas picture, holy smokes, the fireplace at Taste of Texas is unbelievable.
Yep.
They turn that whole place
We should
into
do that
Christmas.
for our family, our group here.
I know we should our Roula and Ryan Show family picture in front of the fireplace at
Love
Taste
it.
of Texas. That's
it.
awesome. Okay, today 8 o'clock we're doing the rapid fire quiz for Pete Davidson tickets. He's going to be at Bayou Music Center.
That'll be fun.
Coming up next, there's a 20th anniversary of one of my favorite movies. I can't wait. It's going back in the theater. I just can't wait. I can't wait.
I hated this movie when it came out.
Oh my God. I
no,
cannot believe.
it's
Who
a
are you?
classic.
You
I like
have
it
no
now,
heart
but
and
it's a
soul.
when it came out, it was so dumb.
No, it was
No.
not. Here's your weather for today.
It is going to be really nice. Lots of sunshine. It should be a high of around 88 degrees today. Right now, 70 and 612 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Keep your radio right here
Time for your daily scoop. Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
on KRBE.
It's brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. 8 o'clock this morning, your chance to get Pete Davidson tickets when he comes to the Bayou Music Center on November the 30th. That is if you are one of the lucky contestants that gets to play along with us as we battle it out with trivia.
Oh, the rapid fire quiz. Now, who won last week? I was out last week.
Me or
Hold on. I
think I
wrote it
won.
down. I wrote it down.
Who was the
No, not me, not me.
I
Not
beat
me.
Kevin.
Thursday,
I think.
Wednesday.
Yeah, probably- yeah, I beat- yeah.
Eric
Eric
won.
won.
Eric
Eric,
won.
yes.
Eric won.
Kevin-
Eric, are you in the lead now for the most wins this season?
I think by one. Maybe Roula's got like 12. I'll count it up today. We'll find out for sure.
Let's see.
Kevin
Okay.
will probably win if you go by points for like being in second place.
Yeah, using the finals the most.
Like 70% of the time, I think.
With the almost. You know, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, almost only counts in horseshoes and grenades.
Yes. But
Horseshoes
thankfully,
and
I
And the
mean,
Buffalo
it's-
Bills.
Thankfully, everybody knows the Heimlich here because you choke a lot.
No!
Kevin's already lost. It's pretty humiliating.
Okay, let me give you a little fun scoop in case you haven't already, followed this and all the Christmas timeline algorithm that's probably infiltrated all your socials. Because, last night I was up looking at all these Christmas cocktails. I'm here for that party. Go to my stories at Radio Roula and see what I was doing at 11:30 last night. I
What?
posted like 3
Why are you
different
up that
cocktails.
late?
Sleeping. I was already
Because the
drinking.
last thing
I was an
I
hour
do
in
before I
sleeping.
go to bed, is I check my emails to see if there's anything like in the last 5 hours that I got that I need to
Should
be
you be checking
attention
that like
to.
at
Like sleep experts are
Yeah.
going to tell you that is the worst thing on earth
A
you
little
could be
too
doing.
Yeah, you should check it a little bit earlier so you can respond to people.
Things get spinning.
Sure. But I probably stopped checking like at 3, and then from 3 to like bedtime, I probably don't check again. So I want to just look at it, make
So
sure.
11:30 Roula is really 12:30.
I know. Last night
still
was
on-
late.
You're
Oh,
still
that
on
hit
that. Was
Santiago
late.
so hard yesterday. I'm
Yes.
like, why are you freaking out? It's only 5:30.
Because
but in
they're
his little
exhausted.
mind,
Daylight
it's
savings.
6:30. I was
Yes. I know.
Oh,
Now
light
you know,
bulb.
Sam, the pain of the change of time. It's so
Yeah.
painful. Anyway, so Christmas cocktails galore at Radio Roula. Okay, so Elf is celebrating 20 years this year, and it's going back in the theaters this month, so you can enjoy it on the big screen. As you know, Will Ferrell is the elf. John Favreau was the director.
Buddy.
James Caan was his dad. Walter Hobbs. There are a lot of celebrities in this movie, and I urge you, if you've not seen this already yet on Netflix and you love the movie Elf, watch the Movies That Made Us about Elf, because it shows you how that movie was not supposed to happen. Too many suits wanted to get their nose in there and say, they're not funny. I don't think it's gonna
And
be
you can
good.
actually
No
thank
one's gonna
John
watch this movie.
Favreau, the director. He's the one that wanted to do it like a Rankin Bass. Remember the old
Like Rudolph the Red-Nosed
and Santa Claus is coming to
Reindeer
town?
claymation.
I'm like, is that a law firm?
No,
Yeah,
Rankin
it
Bass.
sounds like a law firm. It
If
does.
you watch
What
the
is
end of
that?
those like classic Christmas specials, there is a Rankin Bass production. So he wanted to do the claymation, the stop animation in it.
Which they pretty much ripped off Rudolph.
Hi, Mr.
yeah.
Norwal.
They were going to
Oh, yeah.
have
Hey,
the whole
buddy.
thing
Hope
like
you find your dad.
shelves because there's too much ripoff, but they side-skated that. Anyway, so it'll be in the theaters. And it's little fun facts. Will Ferrell actually did really eat all that spaghetti covered in maple syrup
Shut
and candy
up. Oh,
and Pop-Tarts.
my
Gross.
gosh.
Every time they did a scene, he was really eating all that sugar. The cotton balls when he's getting his
Yes.
DNA test is just undyed cotton candy. And the fight scene in the mall, in the department store with all those amazing Legos he built of the Empire State Building and all that.
Yeah.
You only get one shot to destroy that stuff after somebody spent hours building them.
Oh,
So that whole fight was was the first take was the take. John
only
Favreau
take,
said,
yeah.
destroy this whole room.
You do all the building and you don't get to destroy it. That's the worst.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That's half the fun.
So fun little things about Elf. I love that movie. I knew as soon as I saw it. I probably saw it in the theater 3 times
Sit
the
on
first
a
week it was
throne
out.
of
I
lies.
loved it so
I remember
much.
sitting through this going, this is a piece of crap.
That is my
loved it
favorite
immediately.
Christmas
Love it.
movie.
I like it now
It's
on
so
video.
cute.
It's
So
like
cute.
Office Space. I didn't care for it in the movie
Same.
theater.
Office Space, I walked out of the
love
theater.
that.
what?
I walked out of the theater on Office Space. I go, this is the dumbest movie
I
ever.
can see
born.
that. You got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah, I'm like, boy, and I wasn't in that world, Sam. I was a college, not even college kid. I think maybe was I in high school? I don't know
didn't
what year
work.
that came out.
I didn't do that
Oh,
stuff.
I
see,
did
I was,
not
I was
relate
older
to
than
an
you guys,
office.
and I was like, this is
Oh,
so
I thought
spot
Office
on.
Space was so funny.
Ryan, you could have been that guy. My stapler. Where's my stapler?
Okay, well,
No,
I'm
I
gonna
really
burn
was
the
like the
building.
lead character. I mean,
And
I
they
just
took the
burned
baseball
down the
bat.
didn't you
to
ever
the
have
critter.
that when you got your you got your first like real job and you just feel like a drone going into work? I was like, oh god, so like somebody's got a case of
I've never done an office job where you go.
Yeah,
in.
this
either.
is my first
Never.
job, and I feel
my
like
first
I'm
radio
right.
job. It was very corporate.
Yeah, really. Or Sam had to do that. I forgot before you came with us. You were in one of
I
those.
did.
You were the person that's always in the
Cubicles?
meetings.
Sales pit.
Yeah.
You had your own cubicle, or you just share it with like 4 people?
No, I had my own
like
cubicle.
that one space.
I've had 2 jobs with my own cubicle because I did reservations for Hershey in Pennsylvania. And so you would call and be like, oh, I want to book a hotel, blah, 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 blah. So I did that, and it was awful. And
Now,
You
why
have to
was that
upsell 'em?
awful? Because you don't have to be with anybody. You're just on the phone alone.
Yeah,
Is
but
it 'cause
you
you're
had,
alone.
No, you had so many calls. It was like cranked out,
Never ending.
cranked
Were you
out.
getting timed? You're spending too much time with this person.
Like
Get the
when
reservation
Kev
and move.
has like these like call farms. That's like what I was in, but it was like an elegant call farm because it was Hershey, which is
Did
a
everything
really
smell
nice
like
resort.
chocolate?
Yeah, Hershey.
I mean, there was
Pennsylvania.
chocolate everywhere, and I think I got fat that year because there was just like unlimited chocolate, and
Did your
hot
phone look
cocoa
like
was
a-
everywhere.
Did it look like a milk chocolate bar? The phone.
Like
No.
a Hershey's Kiss for a receiver.
Unfortunately, no,
No?
it didn't. But I did have an amazing view of Hershey Park because of where the office was.
Did you get good roller
Cool.
coasters there?
Oh yeah, it's really fun. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
Do
that's
they
super
pipe in
duper
the
great
smell
amusement
of
park.
hot chocolate through the park, or like melted chocolate? Do they pipe in that smell?
It really doesn't. When I was younger, it did because
could
we
smell
had the Hershey
chocolate in the
factory.
town.
But
Oh,
it does
okay.
not smell like that now.
Oh, they took away the
Unfortunately.
chocolate smell?
Yes. It
Unfortunately.
does not smell like that now.
Well, now you're here. No
I know
more
that was
cubicle
great.
job for you.
Yeah, thanks guys.
All right,
Thanks
let
for
me get
getting
you
me
this
out of the
too.
cubicle.
People Magazine revealed their sexiest man alive for 2023. And, you know, in the past, you had like the George Clooney's of the world. Tom Cruise was the youngest ever at 27 years of age. Sean Connery was the oldest at the time, 57 years old. You had everybody in between. And Patrick Dempsey finally gets his big square. Here he is talking about it.
I've been the bridesmaid for people's sexiest man alive 10 times.
10
Now I
times.
get the big picture, not the little picture that's on the side. I haven't told the kids or anybody. I think they'll pick on me, which is good. They keep me young. I think everybody's going to give me a hard time, which they should. You know, I think it's nice to have the recognition. It's fun, but I think it's good. It gives me a platform to actually talk about like the Dempsey Center and the type of work that we're doing there. So if you can use this for something positive, I think that's good. And certainly my ego takes a nice little bump.
10 times
pretty
not
nice
being
of
the
him.
sexiest man
Now,
alive.
I was
Must have promoted
cover.
curious how old. So he is 57 years
Yeah.
old now. As a young person, do they find him sexy?
What do you consider young? Like my age?
No, like a
Well, if
a
he's
20.
57, you're 31.
I mean, he's within
30?
your.
You wouldn't date a 57-year-old, so do you find him attractive?
I
find
mean,
him
look
sexy.
at him.
I know, he's so
Heck
attractive. And you know,
Yes.
Sam, he
Now-
is way more attractive now than he was when he was like 22
Okay,
doing
so
those
Yes.
early movies.
So he was a construction worker, just
Yeah,
or
not famous.
Or you see him clean
Heck
the
yeah.
toilets
Can he
out.
pay for my lifestyle?
If he
Yeah.
was
So you
a
look at the
construction
money-
worker, he wouldn't be so prettied up.
He's McDreamy.
He is
Okay, but
extremely-
what if you were?
He's so hot.
What if you were like a 21-year-old and you're?
He's a very attractive gentleman.
You wouldn't.
He is a man.
I think he's a good looking guy.
Uh-huh.
He looks a lot
It's
better looking
true.
now than he did when he was in Can't Buy Me Love.
Oh,
and
yeah,
telling you,
because
those
he was
early
like
movies,
17.
him growing
He's
up.
like real small and skinny and just kind of dorky. Now
Yeah.
he's like, oh my God, McDreamy. Okay, you mentioned Pedro Pascal, Eric. You're
I
like,
thought-
how come Pedro Pascal's not
He should've
sexiest man alive?
From The Last
he
of Us
is one of
and-
the featured sexiest men alive, like Patrick was for 10 years in the little small pictures. He's one of those guys. But earlier this week, Pedro Pascal made a #1 list of his own on the DILF list.
Oh, he's a dad?
He's a dilf?
Oh.
Dads you'd like to have relations with.
Silver Daddy. Silver Fence Daddy.
Yeah, there was a whole list of
How old is he?
DILFs.
He's like 48.
Pedro Pascal made the list. Cillian Murphy, which I find
He was
I don't know him outside
Oppenheimer.
of-
He was
oh.
Oppenheimer.
But still, I don't find him
He's also
attraction
in,
there.
oh my God, what's the show I always watch?
He was in
oh my God, what's
Batman Begins. He
with
played
the real,
Scarecrow.
they have the real English accent.
Oh, Peaky Blinders.
yeah. Peaky Blinders.
Ryan Gosling is on that list. Tom Hardy, Ewan McGregor, Paul Rudd, Ryan Reynolds, Christian Bale, Hugh
Not Ryan
Jackman,
Kelsey? Or what's the name? Or Travis
Travis
Kelsey?
Travis
Kelce.
Kelsey. He's not a dad.
Oh.
No.
he's for
Chris
sexiest
Evans,
or something.
Ethan Hawke, and Robert Downey Jr.
Has any?
Actually, his brother was on the list for the sexiest.
No.
Jason Kelsey.
Oh,
Really?
He was.
I was
going to
say, was any
Sexy or
athlete
just
ever
good?
on this list? I
Oh,
feel
I'm
like it's
sure
always
Tom Brady.
actors.
I'm sure Tom Brady's been on the list.
Yeah, you're right though. It's always like an actor that wins.
It's always
this.
an actor.
Yeah, have
Let
they
me look it
had
up.
non-actors be the sexiest man alive ever? Sports guys?
I
Has
don't.
Tom Brady ever been the sexiest man alive?
I mean, The Rock is probably the closest. because he did wrestling and
Yeah.
football. He played a little bit.
Isn't that so weird that there are people, Eric, that don't know The Rock was ever a wrestler? They only know him as an
Well,
actor.
when was the last
Young
time that he
kids.
really
My kids would
when
never
was he
think
really
that he was a wrestler ever.
just a wrestler?
2008, maybe. I mean,
Okay.
he still wrestled like WrestleMania.
Well, I know he still would do the big
Not
events
every day, and not every week you'd see him on TV.
The first man to ever win the Sexiest Man Alive that was not an actor was John F. Kennedy Jr. in 1988.
Oh, that's
okay.
correct. There was a thing about him.
It was a good-looking
the day.
fella.
That's so funny, though.
JFK Jr. I didn't. I was too young for the JFK Jr. crushes, right? That's like
Yeah,
what older, like our mom's ages were all about that. And if you watch Seinfeld on Netflix,
Yeah,
there's
Elaine.
an episode where Elaine goes to the gym
Oh, yeah.
and somebody tells her, John F. Kennedy Jr. saw you at the gym, wants to go out with you. And there's a whole episode on him.
You know what that episode was? That was the contest.
Yeah.
Was it the contest?
It was the contest where they weren't allowed to fantasize.
But I'm thinking if you're watching that now, they don't ever show him. You have to Google who that guy is.
It's good looking.
Because they do a whole episode about John F. Kennedy
And
Jr. sees Elaine at the gym, and they never show him. Of course not, because
He ends up sleeping with the girl that Jerry was dating.
Who was what's her name on
Jane
Frasier?
Leaves.
Frasier. What's her name on Frasier?
She played Daphne.
Yes. Anybody watching the Frasier reboot? I saw a commercial.
I have. I've seen it, and I was not blown away.
I didn't watch the show the first time around, so why would I watch the second time around? It's ridiculous.
People are
Anyway.
texting though, but I'm 37. He's my dad's age, Patrick Dempsey. Hell no. So yeah, if the guy's your dad's age, I don't think you can find him sexy.
That's what I was wondering. Do
Well,
younger
this person
people
said I'm
find him
29.
sexy?
Patrick's a hot go daddy.
How old's your dad?
My dad is 63.
Okay, so he's only like
So
what?
George Clooney's
5
age.
years older than Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
Your dad and George Clooney could be the same person.
He is so dreamy.
Your dad.
Dad?
No. Ew, not Patsy. No. Gross.
Actually, George Clooney is 62. Your dad is 63.
Oh,
but
God.
that's the difference in Hollywood life versus just
Normal life.
Pepsi.
Thank you for making me laugh. I've had a very stressful time.
We're going to talk about this coming up next.
Talk about this is a public service announcement. Watch out for scammers because I got scammed.
Well, it's also
bad.
holiday season, so y'all got to be really careful on what emails you're getting about delivering packages and things not going through.
Maybe you got scammed recently. You can warn us. You can text us.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to hear from you.
713-390-KRBE is our number, or text us at 37530. Scam alert. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Good morning, everyone.
Wake up. It's KRBE and more of the Roula and Ryan Show.
Hey, shout out to everybody on the Gulf Freeway at FM 517. There's a 9-car pile up there right now, so it is going to be a traffic disaster for
I
quite
hope
some
everyone's
time.
okay.
9 cars.
9 cars, y'all.
Good.
No, I hope everyone's okay. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, listen.
Do they all get blamed by the last car?
I don't know how that works.
Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who gets?
Or is it the first car and then everything happens so fast it was
Usually
chain reaction?
If you rear end somebody, usually you're at fault. They say, right?
Right, unless it's a chain reaction event, then you have to see what car number you are. Because it's happened to me. I
Okay,
was
like
number
it was-
4 of 5 cars.
Well, next time we have Adam Ramsey.
and they
in.
didn't hold it against me because it was one of those, since I was the 4th of the 5th
You
car,
couldn't do anything about it.
there was no way. I got hit in the front, and of course, because I couldn't
Right.
stop, and then I got hit in the back. So it's just a very...
713 all eights. Basically.
yeah, that's right.
All right, so I bet.
All right, 'tis the season for the scammers. Y'all, it's November. 2 things before Ryan gets into this story.
Mm-hmm.
2 things I really need everybody listening to the show to pay attention to. When you go to the bank or you are going shopping for Christmas gifts, you do not go straight back home. You have got to watch your surroundings. People are already starting to get followed home from banks.
Yep.
And people watch your car if you're like shopping, putting the gifts in the trunk, and then
you go
going
to
back
have lunch.
for more.
I'm going to go eat at the Cheesecake Factory. I put everything in my
Right.
trunk, and then you go somewhere else, or you go to this other place.
I know.
They're
I know
following.
people don't like to think this way, but you need to put this kind of mindset on November, December in Houston, Texas. You are being watched all the time by someone just waiting it out. They have a lot of patience to wait it out and follow you and get your stuff.
I just remember I was talking to a police officer. Remember that National Neighbors Night Out? And we're standing in the driveway, and I said, what's the number one problem right now? He goes, it's cybercrime. And he said, it's going to get worse and worse and worse, especially with AI. So yesterday I was saying, I almost swerved off the road. I got a text from my daughter. I'm like, what does this mean? And I pulled over, and then I called her, and I'm like, oh, no, please tell me you didn't do this. So my daughter lives out in Los Angeles. She's 24 years old. She's pretty much paying all her own bills, but I do give her a credit card in case of emergency. I want her to have, a way to...
You're not there to help her right away.
Yeah, exactly. So it mirrors my credit card. Here's the problem. There was a package that was accidentally delivered to her address instead of my address. So she went to UPS and she sent it back to me. And she gets a text alert from UPS. and says, hey, the payment didn't go through. So she clicks on the link from the text. Mistake number one. Don't
never click the links from the text.
Ever do
never,
that.
Never.
And she goes, Dad, it was UPS's site. And I'm like, no,
Spoof
it
site.
wasn't. It was a
Spoof
spoof site. So she entered in the credit card information. Somehow I've forgotten she had my other credit card number, and she went ahead and entered that one.
Oh,
so I have
they denied that one or something?
Yeah.
Or
So I have 2 credit cards. That's it. That's it for me. I'm a 2 credit card guy. So both my credit cards immediately have been compromised. Everything's shut down. I have to call both credit card companies. Sure enough, those evil, I won't say what I want to say. They already started pulling money out on those cards immediately.
Oh, yeah,
so I disputed
time.
that immediately. Fraud protection shut that down.
So don't
But
click the link on any text. Anybody telling you, oh, if we have a problem with your account, especially if you're questioning if there should have even been a delivery charge. Like, what do you mean?
So these bad guys, do they have like a geofence thing around the UPS?
Yeah.
And they know when you leave that, they'll
There's
send
so
you
many
a
different
text.
ways, and your phone's listening
I
to
get
you.
that once in a while, the UPS one. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to go to UPS to send it back.
So they're listening to you at all times. So then the real problem begins. Oh my God, I call each credit card company. Between both credit card companies, literally every single bill I pay is through my credit cards, a debit auto draft system. Over
But the small
30
gift she's giving you now is you're going to stop paying for things you didn't know you were paying for.
In the long run, you're going to save money by now.
every streaming service, toll tags, bills, you name it. So and I spent like 5 hours yesterday on the phones basically trying to right all these wrongs. So this is the same conversation I had with my mother. Don't ever respond to any text. If you get, say, a text from UPS or whoever it is, what you want to do is actually Google their official website. Go to that and speak to a real customer representative. Do not
Don't
take
follow
any
links.
hyperlinks because they're
Emails.
all
Scams.
and they look so realistic.
Okay, I'm going to read this text real fast because this is a new one I did not expect because it doesn't happen to everybody. But this person says, scam alert. My dog was lost about a month ago. I posted it everywhere. On one of these posts, a quote, pet rescue was recommended. They're on Instagram. This is a scam. They say they will help find your dog for you with thermal drones and canine dogs.
Oh, my
they
God.
scammed me out of $250.
Ouch.
So that's another new way that they're doing that. Like, oh, God, I can't with this. 713-390-KRBE is our phone number. Let's go to Lenny on the line. It has to do with the Facebook scam. Hi, Lenny. Turn your radio down so you're not confused by our delay. Good morning.
Good morning. How are we doing, guys?
Good.
Hey, so how'd
What's
you
the
get
Facebook
scammed?
scam?
Well, you know what? I'm a high school teacher at Langham Creek High School. This is a warning out to all of our teenagers that are just starting to get financially independent. My daughter bought some SZA tickets on Facebook Marketplace, and everything looked good, and the email looked decent, and then all of a sudden, at the last second, it was the day of the concert, they're like, well, go ahead and Zelle us the money so we can get you the tickets faster.
Uh-oh.
Well, there is no protection on Zelle, so she did it. We lost $300, and as soon as I tried to buy the exact same tickets, the guy's like, sure, yeah, I got them. And I said, you just sold these to my daughter, and the whole site disappeared from Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, wow.
So I'm actually I teach how to use responsible finance in my class at Langham Creek, and just want to make sure that the kids know, do not buy anything with Zelle on Facebook Marketplace because your money's gone. And then the bank is like, sorry, there's nothing we can do. We told you not to use Zelle.
And
I'm
Zelle
like,
says that. Zelle will every single time before you send money, because I use Zelle, will say, we cannot recover this money if this is a wrong person. Are you sure you want to send this?
Even though
every
it's connected
time.
to your Chase account or
Every
something.
Is that
time.
different?
It's
Is
on
that
the same-
different from like Venmo? Because I use Venmo.
It's just another kind of a
It's very
Venmo or whatever.
Well, I know
to it.
Zelle is
Yeah.
the same type of service, but does Venmo cover your?
I don't know.
Your
I think there's
losses?
more protection in Venmo.
They said had I used my credit card, they could have totally refunded it. But
Yeah.
because we used Zelle, that was it. And our kids don't read the fine print. They're like,
Of
they get
course not.
excited.
Plus credit card, you get
and they choose
miles.
ticket.
For sure, Lenny. For
Get the
sure.
miles out of anything if you can with your credit card.
Me too. Yeah,
Once you're
that's
paying it
how I
off.
live.
Now-
Lenny, great message. Thanks for what you do. And yes, definitely
Hello,
preach that to the teenagers. Shout out to Langham Creek High School.
Yeah, I didn't know they had that class there.
That's awesome.
That's a great class to
That's
have.
so needed.
Take care, Lenny. Thank you. Okay, we're talking about scams. 713-390-KRBE. Carmen said she got a call from a Wells Fargo real number, but it was somebody actually committing fraud. Let me ask her real quick what they were asking. What were they asking you, Carmen, from the bank?
So they asked me if I had purchased stuff from Walmart in Austin, and I actually live in Conroe. And I said, no, I didn't. And then they said, oh, they also got online. Was that you from Austin, Texas? And I'm like, no. He was like, okay, don't worry. We're gonna have to change your user password and everything because they're in your account. So then he said, you're going to receive a text message.
For Google?
And, it's like the... no, it was through text message, like, you got a text message saying Wells Fargo, blah, blah, blah. Like, give us your username. And then, like, we were talking for a while, and then I said, what if it's you that's...
The scammer, the fraud, yeah.
Yes.
And what they say.
And then he's like, I understand why you would think that, but don't worry, And I just hung up, and I started calling Wells Fargo. I had 14 missed calls while I was waiting for Wells Fargo. And I asked them, I said, is it true that someone used my card in Austin, Texas? And they said, there is a lot of transactions. I'm like, yes, but in Austin? And they said no, and I explained them what happened. And meanwhile, I'm talking to them, and they verified no one had used my card. I went online and changed my password, and I told them, this is what happened. I need y'all to shut down my account, like, right now. And they took an hour. They transferred me, like, 5 different times.
Good Lord.
It was good you did that, though.
But the thing is, they zelled all the money that I had to someone else. And while I'm on the phone with them, I told them, oh, my God, I just got a text message that I added a person on Zelle. And he's like, okay, hold on. So they transferred me again.
Oh, my gosh. While you're transferring, they're taking all your cash, draining you out.
Yeah, so then I disputed with Wells Fargo. They denied it. And I had gone on vacation to actually San Antonio SeaWorld that weekend, and I had no money. And I went to a Wells Fargo in person, and I spoke to her, and she escalated it. And I actually ended up getting my money back like 3 months later, but they had denied it, and said that because what did they say? That they didn't see any weird activity, but when I went into Wells Fargo in person, I told her, I was like, I know for a fact that there, if I changed my password a couple times and they were in it, like there was multiple people at the same time
trying to get in there.
So the lesson we learned here, basically, if you get a text or a call from anybody, immediately hang up the phone and call the real institution.
Yep.
And
so I'm going to call you back.
And then you'll find out.
Definitely. If people are saying that the grandma, hey, I need money scam is going around strong. It's November.
Yeah.
People
We'll bring back
stepping
scam
up their
talk
way.
later.
For sure.
This week or next week.
That's your news brought to you by Dunkin'. Don't get
That and
scammed.
the fact that
Don't click links.
There's going to be a mayor runoff, okay? So that's all you really need to know about that.
Between Whitmire and
they got
Jackson Lee.
Sometime in December.
Yes, December 9th.
Coming up next, Special K's got a prank call. Has to do with collections. Are you a scammer?
It's no scam.
no.
Someone really is owed some money, and they think that I owe them. So today, we're going to allege that I've been dead.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Let's hear it all unfold next on the Roula and Ryan Show.